Hello and a very warm welcome to my live today, and this is the first live that I have done since returning back to business following the schools returning as well. So I pretty much took a break from about early August from actually doing lives from my page and within my group, and last week saw me return back to business fully. And I was getting back into my groove with creating content for my Facebook group, Live Your Abundant Life. Hi Louise, love to see you here. And yeah, I've got back into my groove. It's funny, isn't it? The things that you do like every day in your business in terms of creating content, they can soon become things that you don't do anymore. And then when you start to think about, right, okay, I want to go live, it can become this great big thing. So I went gentle. And I went into my group and yeah, I connected with the guys over there, found my groove, and I was like, right, I'm so back on it. Hi Judith, lovely to see you here. If anybody follows Judith like I do on Instagram, you do the walking mentoring, don't you, Judith? Which I think is such a great idea. And we live in such a beautiful country. It's absolutely great to get out and actually mastermind and mentor whilst being out in the great outdoors as well. So welcome to this. So, you know, really big theme for me this month is about up leveling. You know, August was very much about, yes, still running my business, still supporting my awesome clients, but it's very much about coming back to business in September and starting to really make a big impact. And, you know, it feels as if, you know, it's kind of coming out of that period of playing and being totally free and having no timetables and no obligations, because we were in that kind of summer period and we had such glorious summer here, and it was absolutely awesome to spend that time with the children. And here we are, September, bam, the 11th of September. And yeah, before we know it, we're going to be through this month, aren't we? And I really want to share with you kind of my thoughts about how you can make the most of September and how you can really harness that kind of returning back to business. Because even if you're working throughout the summer months, even with the change in the seasons here in the UK and probably elsewhere in the world, you do get that kind of sense of returning. And as we return, we need to kind of step into our business persona, because I can assure you that when I was on the beaches playing with the children, I was not in my business persona at all. And for me, having that kind of persona, it's not pretending to be something that I'm not, and that's certainly not where I'm coming from. It's just that with business, there is a heck of a lot of mindset stuff that I work through every single day just so that I can get into this space. And I was thinking about this recently because there's a lot of talk, isn't there, about mental health in the workplace. And I think sometimes, this is like a bit of an aside, but let me know if this is resonating with you. But I think sometimes when you run your own business, you can forget that the workplace actually means you. And I know from spending all of these years running my own business that it takes a lot of mental effort to run your own business. And if you're not looking after yourself mentally, and if you are in a place of struggle and frustration with your business, that can have a detrimental effect on your mental health. So I really just kind of wanted to flag that up, because it was just like this kind of light bulb that went off when I was listening to that news report today. And I thought, you know, that meant that kind of like that mental health in the workplace relates to us, and maybe even more so than other people, because we're working on our own stuff, having to trust and believe in ourselves. So for me, you know, one of the key things for me in this whole like returning back to work and stepping into up leveling back into that business persona is getting back on track with the mindset stuff. And that is absolutely essential for every single one of us. I do not know a single successful person who does not have a robust mindset practice. We're not going to talk about that specifically today, but if you are interested in mindset stuff, I have got a really fabulous freebie coming up. I'm just currently finishing it off at the moment, and I've created this mindset practice for you, just to give you an introduction into having a mindset practice if you haven't already got one. So keep your eyes out for that, because it is going to be awesome. And if you're already a member of my free Facebook group, Live Your Abundant Life, you'll know how powerful that kind of mindset practice is, because it's something we talk a lot about in that group as well. And recently I've started to introduce myself as a mindset and a business coach as well, because I think, I assume that if you're working on business, you're working on your mindset as well, but it isn't always the case, is it? And mindset is my kind of key element to setting the foundations right and then going forward and building from that. So mindset is key. It'd be great to know from the people who are here, where are you with your mental health? Where are you with your mindset practice? Is it something that you have? Is it something that you keep ignoring, but knowing that you ought to bring it in? It'd be great to understand that a little bit more. But we're here to talk about up-leveling and the importance of that. So up-leveling was first introduced to me when I started really getting into personal development. And there's lots of things written about it, but we can forget the key principles. So I talk about being in our grooves, don't I? I talk about how we just we get here in our workplace, we go through the motions, we're taking action forward. And if you were like me back in 2015-16, you might be feeling quite frustrated that you are working hard and you're doing all the right things, but you're not achieving the results that you truly want to have. And that often happens because you've got into a groove, and that groove is, that's kind of where you are. So when we're talking about up-leveling, for me, I find it really exciting because it's challenging you to step outside of your normal and look at actually bringing in a whole realm of new things into your thinking, into your doing, and actually really harnessing the belief that that you can have this new level of whatever it is that you're looking for. So let me know if that has kind of clarified what I mean by up-leveling. So when I talk about being in our groove, then what I want to also kind of explore is that when you step outside of that groove, when you up-level, what happens is you are taking a kind of chance with yourself, which is great because it's only you and you can trust yourself, and that you are creating a new groove. You are creating a new normal for you and your business and everything else in your life as well. And it's this new level that we want to get to. We want to harness this feeling in September of a new beginning, of a fresh start, of taking everything that we can from the previous months that we've been working in our businesses and look at where we can up-level in ourselves so we can have a better version of our business and a better version of our life. So and when we do this, so that is that is kind of the scenario, is that when we don't do this, everything stays the same and we just get frustrated, and then we get ground down and we can start to lose our belief and we can start to become very worried and very anxious. However, when you start to work on up-leveling yourself, when you start to work on up-leveling your actions and be kind of coming from a different place, you will achieve awesome things. So there's all sorts of examples that I could bring into play here when I think about up-leveling. But for me, it's about flicking the switch. It's about saying, right, okay, it's like reviewing your whole life, but let's just talk about business in the first instance. It's like reviewing where you are. This is where you are, and it's kind of doing that strategic view, isn't it? And having that strategic position of, right, is this where I want to be? If I get to the end of December 2018, am I going to be satisfied if the business has carried on performing in the way it has? And if that is exactly where you are. That is brilliant, because you've totally figured out in the previous months how to make that happen. However, if you are looking at growing your business, if you are looking at stepping up and having better results, or like working with different clients who may be paying you more, or looking at creating like new products and services, we also need to be looking at up leveling our belief. And that's the very first kind of strategy in this up leveling kind of approach to ourselves, is that we need to, in the first instance, build that belief within ourselves that we can have exactly what we want. And we're probably, like, also all of us here have lots of different types of businesses, and much of that is probably working with our clients, looking at their direction of travel, looking at the things that they're looking to change, improve. However, we sometimes forget to actually do that work ourselves. So, you know, the very first starting point for me is for you to really think about what it is that you want to achieve. And obviously to do it in bite-sized pieces is great. So if you just look at this next quarter and just think, right, okay, in this quarter where I've got all the, you know, I've got all of the skills and all the opportunities that I, you know, that are available to me, what do I actually want to what do I want to achieve? What do I want to walk away with from 2018? Where do I want to be? And when you actually take the time to define that, it's really fascinating, because all of those things that you thought you'd be interested in, all of those things that you thought you wanted to bring into, actually, they're often not those things. We have to go deep and actually look at the things that truly, truly resonate with us. And for me, I don't think you can separate work and business. So whenever I do this exercise, I always look at doing it right across my entire life. Lots of people use the Wheel of Life, and if you've never seen anything like that, if you just Google it, you'll find it. But I like to look at all sorts of different areas of my life, including my health, my relationships, my sex life, my money, and my business and my relationships and all of those things. Yes, I put sex in there. But I put all of those things in there, and I actually look at what it is that I want to achieve. So that's the number one thing, is getting absolute clarity about what it is that you want to walk away from in 2018 from your business. And then it's building that frigging belief that you can call it in. So it might be, for instance, for me personally, I know that there's a number of products and services that I am creating in 2018. I want to see them like sold out. I want to see them having a positive impact on my soulmate clients. And as a result of that, I want to be, yes, making a positive impact for my clients, but I also want to be generating like an increase in money. And I have a really clear idea about what I want that money to, what I want that money for. One of those things that I want that money for is that I want to upgrade my car. So like a simple everyday thing, isn't it? I have this amazing car, but it is getting a little bit, it's getting a little bit worn. It's been through its paces over the last 4 or 5 years, and it was an absolute gift, was that car as well, which was awesome. So I'm ready now to up level that particular car. And for you, it might not be that. It might be that you want to up level something else in your life, but it's getting really clear about what that is. And for this particular example, let's take my car, is that I know what car I want to up level it to. I have an idea of what the colour scheme would be on that and all of those things. Now, if I was just to like just go, oh yeah, it'd be nice to like have a new car, do you think that would actually help? Do you think that would actually get me the results that I'm looking for? And what I really want to kind of share with you is that actually when you just say, well, I am going to update my car, or whatever it is for you, I am going to update my car, and you build your absolute belief around that thing happening, then it will happen. And as I said, that car that I currently have was a gift to me. And this is a prime example of up leveling. And what happened is I'd always been running around in the family car, and it was never my choice of car, and it was always some big cumbersome thing. In the latter days before I got this car, it was a Land Rover. Now, not some posh swanky like Range Rover or Land Rover, like just some knackered old Land Rover that my husband actually wanted, and he used to use on a weekend whilst he drove a more comfortable car. And I always remember being heavily pregnant, trying to get into this enormous vehicle and like having to kind of lift my bump into this car and thinking, this is ridiculous. So I started to identify what I actually wanted as like my dream car. And I went a little bit further than that. I actually went to the garage and drove my dream car. Now, at that time, I didn't have the finances to actually buy the car. But lo and behold, if actually only after a few months, that car was gifted to me by my husband, who decided on my birthday he was actually going to buy me a car. And he said, which car would you like? And I was like, this one. And he was like, all right, okay, that's what you're going to have. And it was like, oh my goodness me. So, you know, when we're in business, sometimes we can think that we actually have to have it all mapped out and it's got to happen in a particular way. But actually, when you up-level your mindset in this way, actually those things can happen from all sorts of places. But in the first instance, you need to know what you want. So that's number one in terms of up-leveling, is get absolute clarity about what it is that you want to achieve in your business. Set it and be really specific about those incomes, those outcomes, those results. So, you know, if you want to generate a certain amount of money, maybe you have a holiday in mind, or maybe it's for like savings, or maybe it's for a project, a future project, or if it's just your like everyday living costs, which obviously are absolutely essential. Whatever it is, get really clear about what it is that you're calling in and build your belief that you can actually achieve that through your business. And whether it comes through your business or whether it comes through some other way, you know, just by building that belief in yourself and in your business, you will automatically start to up level. You'll up level your energy, you'll up level your mindset, and therefore you will start to get kind of connected with people who will actually help you achieve your dreams. So that's number one. And the other thing is your internal dialogue. So if you're currently not generating the income that you want from your business or in your life, is that we can often have that internal dialogue of believing that certain situations can't change. So it could be that you walk around a department store and you see things that you really would love to have. You know, it could be something really simple or something really expensive. But instead of actually going in and trying the things on or picking the items up, whatever it is that the internal dialogue goes around in your head like, well, I'll never afford that. That's not going to happen for me. So you've got to be very, very mindful of your internal dialogue. And when you catch yourself in whatever scenario, totally different scenario from the shopping department, but whenever you catch yourself listening in to your internal dialogue and it's telling you that you can't do or have something, you really just need to kind of catch it out and turn that dialogue around and start to build that belief that you can, and you can absolutely do and have whatever you want. So number one is having clarity about what it is that you're working towards, what it is that you want. You know, why are you working so hard? Why do you want to work with these people? Get really clear about that. What are those end results for you, those tangible results for you that's kind of putting the fire in your belly? And be aware of the internal dialogue that's going on in your head. You know, maybe you're going through a launch or something like that, and you're just immediately saying that nobody will actually buy this thing from you. Be very, very mindful of that dialogue and really work on your mindset. Number two is, when we're looking at up leveling, it's brilliant. You know, you start from this foundation piece of talking about your mindset and working and up leveling your mindset. And immediately, you know, it's like, right, okay, in the future, I'm going to be selling out on my mastermind. I'm going to sell out on all my live events. I'm going to do this launch. I'm going to get 20 fabulous people come for, you know, whatever it is that you're looking to achieve. And when you work on your mindset, this magical thing happens, is that you get clarity about what it is that you truly want and what you're looking to work towards and how you're going to achieve it. And within that is the opportunity, which is often missed, because people get back into their groove. So remember, we're talking about up leveling here, aren't we? And if you've got any questions about this, please ask me in the comments below if you want me to clarify anything. So we have an opportunity here to actually up level our actions. And that's when people talk about doing quantum leaps in our business, that's exactly what people are talking about. They're talking about the fact that they've worked on their mindset, and they are starting to act as that future version of themselves every single day. And they're taking action, they're taking up-leveled action. They're not taking action that they would normally take in their business. They're taking big, bold, awesome action. And that's what is required when you're looking to get out of your groove, when you're looking at up-leveling, when you're looking at kind of changing your playing field, you're looking at taking different action. Bigger action, bolder action, different action. Action as though you've already achieved the success that you truly want. And the third kind of element to up-leveling is to ensure that you are up-leveled in all of your, in all of your business activities, not just in mindset, but looking at like your offers and your launches. So like in this new world where you're up leveling, you're on it, and you're going to smash through it, and you're going to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve, and you're really clear about what those things are, and you're building that belief every single day that you can and you will achieve that somehow. And it's looking at your offers and your launches. Are they absolutely in alignment with you at this up-leveled way? Or are your audience going to be like seeing this high-vibing up-leveled version of yourself, and then your offer's going to be way too cheap? So have a look at your offers and your services. They truly reflect you. They reflect who you are, what your business is, and all of those really, really important things that we need to get right in our businesses. So 3 simple business strategies to boost your business right now and to up level you in your business. Number 1, work on your mindset every single day. Up level, up level, up level all the time. You know, push your boundaries. If you think, oh, this is the brightest, shiniest future I could have, push it a little bit further. You know, one of the brilliant exercises that I do with my clients is to get them to talk about their future life like it's already happened. But I always say it's without condition, it's without wondering about the hows, without worry and judgment. It's like, just go for it and start to really believe that you can achieve whatever it is that you want. And, you know, I had no means to purchase that car, but it was still my car. And I've done that with lots of different things. I've done it with business results, I've done it with personal results as well. Yes, it takes some work, and that's when we get to the second strategy, which is about, you know, if you're up-leveling your mindset, from that place is the place that you want to take action from. So you take action like that future version of yourself every single day in your business. That's how you do quantum leaping in your business, because you're no longer like at this level where you are currently at. You've taken yourself here, and you are taking action, and you've built that mindset, and you've built that belief, and you're moving forward fast. Number 3 is making sure that your offers and your products and services are in alignment. You know, that they're an up-level version of where you are currently. If you want to earn more money, to work with few clients, figure out how to do that. Make sure you've got a business model in place that allows you to do that. If you want to earn more money working with VIP clients, like, go create something that calls them in to you to do that. So there are my 3 strategies for up-leveling. Now, I know that this is quite a big, juicy topic, and like I said, it's my theme for the month. And one of the reasons for that is because I've got a live event coming up in October here in York. It's my last live event of 2018. And it's these beautiful one-day business retreats that I create for awesome, amazing women who come from all over the country to York, which has actually got really good transportation links. And we come together and at these one-day events, and we work on your business. And this is something, you know, there's a couple of things, the reasons why I do this. Number 1 is because going to a live event is a very rare opportunity nowadays. There are very few live events where you can go and work intimately with a group of people who are on a similar path to yourself, with somebody, so in this case it would be me, who will help and support you in your business. There are very few events, the few events that I actually see being promoted are like big events, which are great. But what I like to do is pull together a small group of women, and we work intimately on your business for the day. And that's what we're doing on the 4th of October here in York. Now, all of that event is about up-leveling. So I will be working with you to up-level your mindset, to up-level your visibility, to up-level your actions. And there's a special kind of bonus. I've got 2 special bonuses. One of them is that I've got a local photographer, a really talented lady called Helen Baller, who is coming along, and she will be taking, as part of your price for your ticket, your brand new profile picture. So immediately you can start to up-level your visibility. So no more like dodgy selfies for you. You will be having the most incredible kind of photo shoot whilst you're on the day. And the second one is that when you book your ticket, which is currently £149, is that when you book your ticket before this Friday and you pay in full, or because there are some payment options, is that you will get a 60-minute coaching session with me, which you can either take before or after the live event. So there are 2 bonuses. So the details of the event is here, so you can actually have a look at that. To date, I only have 18 seats, and to date I only have 11 seats left. Now, this is like my first time I've come out like publicly to tell people about this event. So my intention is to get that event booked out, and to have a room of gorgeous women working with me, working on the business, people who are all in to achieve amazing results. So if that's something that you are interested in, please let me know. So Shelley's saying that she is struggling with her mindset this week. Yeah, it's like I said right at the beginning, Shelley, is that, you know, there's a lot of focus on mental health in the workplace, and what we've got to remember is that as female entrepreneurs working generally on our businesses on our own, is that we have our own mental health that we need to look after, and mindset is the place to go. So I really want for you to encourage you to do that, you know, to work on your mindset. If you haven't already got a mindset practice, you know, listen back to all of this and decide what you can do to actually work on your mindset. Or contact me and I'll happily give you some exercises to let you, you know, start to work on your mindset, because what's the saying is that 80% of success is mindset. And it really is. Back in 2016, when I was struggling to build my business, the thing that flipped the balance and allowed me to really accelerate my results was working on my mindset. And that is why whenever I create a product or service, and that's when I'm working with my clients, and that's when I run events, is mindset is always a piece of the jigsaw, because we can't get away from the fact that we need to work on our mindsets. And at the event in October, you know, I will be working with you to look at up-leveling your mindset so that you come into your business with that robust belief in yourself, and that you can like supercharge it if you need to, and that you can like call in the results that you want. You can have the confidence to go out there and create live content like this. You have the confidence to go out there and create offers and opportunities for people to come work with you, or whatever it is that you want, and also that you build that belief that you can up-level your entire life through the results that you can generate in your business. So if anybody has any questions, please let me know. And for anybody who's watching this back, if you've got any questions, please post them in the comments below. I do watch these back. But I think this whole theme of up-leveling is really important. And maybe the way to kind of conclude this is to just kind of flip it over to you and say, you know, here I am talking about up-leveling, but where do you need to up-level your thoughts, your actions and your offers? And, you know, just have a look at that and see you know, rather than just listening to content, actually do some work on your business and identify where you need to up level yourself as well. Okay, so if there aren't any questions, I'll wait a minute or two. It's lunchtime. I want to get some food. But yeah, mindset is key. Up leveling is key. You know, it's about stepping out of that groove, isn't it? It's about stepping out of that groove and really building that belief that you can have everything you want, and you can achieve that through your business as well. You really can. Okay, guys, if there aren't any questions, I really want to just let you know, if that event is resonating with you, these seats do get booked really quickly. I've not even gone out to my email list yet, and you know, there will be people who are ready to book that. So come and grab your seat. I would love to see you there on the 4th of October. Okay, see you all again soon. Bye for now.